Hey guys, welcome back to my Flosstube channel. I am happy to be back after being sick for a little bit. So yeah, I had a virus and I also had a birthday since my last video. I turned 41 and right after my birthday, I think it was like the next day, my husband said he was feeling bad. And okay, this is gonna be awful, but I feel like sometimes my husband is kind of like those stereotypes when, like a man gets sick and it's like, I can't move, but when mom's sick, like mom still does everything. So I was kind of being like, are you still sick? Well, he ended up missing 3 days of work, which he never misses work, and I was like, okay, he's really sick. But as soon as he started getting better, I came down with it, and I felt so bad for questioning how sick he was because I got the same virus, and man, it knocked us both down hard. Yeah, so I put a couple posts on Instagram about not being able to do Flosstube because I was sick, so thank you for all your sweet messages. I really appreciate it. And it was just a rough virus. I think what happened is for the past year and a couple months, we were wearing masks and social distancing and doing all that. And we both got vaccinated, and when 2 weeks after our vaccination, we stopped wearing our masks, in most situations, we weren't wearing them because we were vaccinated, and we both got sick. So, not with COVID, but, with just viruses that you get from being around other people and getting germs. So, anyway, yeah, man, and I hadn't been sick like that since COVID started, so, whew, man, I'm happy to be feeling better. I may need to take a little break or two, to drink my coffee, and hopefully I won't have any coughing fits, but I'm just happy to feel like myself and to be able to do stuff again around the house and things like that. So still not back 100%, but I feel so much better. So enough about that. I have a cute story to me. I probably am going to use this as my picture on my video, so you may already know what I'm going to say or what I'm going to talk about. So I went out to our vehicle. I was cleaning some stuff out of it, and there was a box, and I thought, oh, my husband, he must have bought something and forgot to brought it in to bring it into the house. So I opened the box, and I saw what looked like the top of some scissors, and I was like, oh, he bought me some scissors, like a like a sign for the wall and to put up above my sewing machine or something, like something you bought Hobby Lobby. I was like, oh, that's so cute. And I pulled it out of the box. It's real scissors. Yo, I can't even. Okay, so for like 2 seconds I was like, what? And then I realized, I've mentioned this before, my husband is the mayor of our small town. It's not what it sounds like. Anyway, being mayor is not what people think it is. Anyway, he had a ribbon cutting to go to, and these are the scissors that they give the business owners to cut their ribbon with. They're real y'all, they're real scissors. What's that? I was like, oh my god. Love it. I was so excited about these things. So anyway, he said I could show him on my Flosstube, but then he has to take them back to the office. So anyway, we can't let anything happen to them because I'm sure they're expensive. But yeah, they are big old scissors, so how about that? I haven't tried to cut anything with them. I guess I'm kind of scared of messing them up, but yeah, so if you lose your scissors all the time, just get a pair of these. You'll never lose them again. And I have to put these up before Parker gets up because if he sees them, he'll think they're a toy for him. So I'm gonna pause. Okay, scissors are safely tucked away from curious children. Okay, so if you see me looking over here, it's because I have my notes, because it's, I missed 2 floss tubes, so I really need my notes to keep on track. Okay, so I think that's it. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I do share a birthday with my mom, and it was really sweet. She beat me to the birthday comment because we both, like, whoever calls first in the morning wins, like, the birthday thing. So I called her first, but she answered the phone and sang happy birthday to me. So she wins the birthday thing. And we just, we didn't do anything big. I honestly, I can't remember. What did we do? I don't even know. I made her a cake. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I just kind of like sewed and cross-stitched and hung around the house. And my husband, he went and ran errands, and I just relaxed. And then that evening, me, my husband, and my son, we went over to my mom's apartment, and we had pizza and cake and just spent time together. And that's exactly what I wanted, which is to spend time with my mom. You know, that's precious time, precious memories. And we just hung out. So that's it. But it was a great birthday. I'm thankful for another year. And I have to say, when I was, say, 20 years old, I couldn't imagine being in my 40s, and I wouldn't go back to that age for anything. I have truly enjoyed, you know, getting older, and yeah, is it fun getting age spots? No, I have age spots all over my face. Is it fun, you know, not having energy and needing Tylenol for back pain? No. But I feel like mentally, you know, as a woman, like, when you get into like your 40s, you're just so much, I don't know, I don't let as many little things get to me, and I'm just more confident in who I am, and I'm really thankful. So I'm enjoying my 40s. I'm happy to be in my 40s. So it's great. I look forward to my 50s and 60s, and hopefully much longer. Okay, so anyway, sorry, I know I keep looking over here, but okay, I also did a stitch with me video. It was definitely a test video because I did not know what I was doing. It went okay. Halfway through the video, I had to mess with the phone, and it did change to portrait mode, and for some reason I just didn't notice that because basically my phone's looking down like this, and I was looking at my cross stitch, so I didn't notice. So I'm going to try to put like a setting where it doesn't change modes for the next time I do that. I would like to film 1 or 2 of those a week. I was thinking when I get back on my regular schedule, I would do maybe Monday, Wednesday, I would do a stitch with me, and Friday do my videos, or I like to do my videos on Thursdays or Fridays normally, but I'm so behind right now, I just went ahead and did it earlier in the week. And then next week I will film my Flosstube later to keep on that schedule. I enjoy that schedule because the beginning of the week I feel like is more my time to do more housework and things. So we are on summer break here at the Row Homeschool. I have been sewing a lot. Well, while I was sick, I didn't do anything. But when I started feeling better, I started sewing. I'm trying to get caught up on my quilting stuff. And really, you know, other than getting caught up on housework and things like that that get put to the wayside because of homeschool, that's pretty much what I do in the summer. So I just, you know, it's just a summer break. I do my regular responsibilities, and then that time when I normally have school, I can use that for my own personal time. So anyway, we are happy to be on break. And that's it. I think I'm ready to get to, oh no, I have a couple comments I want to highlight. And the first one was from my, I don't know if it was from my Stitch With Me or my regular video, but it was from Stitches Well with Vodka, and she asked me, where did I study abroad? I mentioned that I did study abroad when I was younger. Oh, that was my regular video. And I studied abroad in China, and this was in the year 2000, so it was 21 years ago. And wow, things have changed since I did my study abroad in China. I could talk forever about that, and you know, I may do that with one of my Stitch With Me videos, just kind of talk about my experience in China. I didn't study for a whole semester. It was a summer program. So I was there about 3.5 weeks in China, and then the rest of the time I was taking classes at my university, and, you know, to go along with that trip. So it was very interesting. It was a long time ago, but yeah, so that's where I studied abroad. And the next thing was, I talked about how I had messed up my Santa's Village, and I think it was probably about half and half of you guys said that. Half of you were like, yeah, just go ahead and frog it because you'll feel better. And if you're just now watching me, I messed up my Santa's Village. I'm doing all 12 pieces on one piece of fabric, all 12 charts, and I was 5 rows off from one of my houses. And because I'm doing it all on one chart, it would have really stuck out. At least I think it would have stuck out. But half of you said just fudge it, add some rows. Somebody said poinsettias or poinsettias. You know, bring the house down, put up the snow. And the other half said frog it. So I'm still trying to decide on what to do. I need to make a decision because I haven't touched that piece, and I really want to get back to it. So I'm not sure. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm not 100% on frogging it. So I may start to try to blend it in, and if I'm happy with it, just leave it. So I need to make that decision soon because I do plan on working on that piece during Jolly July. Marianne commented that I could add some rows and add some stairs, which I thought was a really good idea, to add some stairs and just extend the mailbox. So thank you, Marianne, for your suggestion. So we'll see. I'm still thinking about that. Alright, so moving on to whips. I have a lot of whips because I started some new things, and I kind of moved around a lot over the past few weeks, or since my last video. It hasn't been a few weeks, I don't think, maybe a couple weeks. I've moved around a lot, so I have a big stack of whips to go through. So let's get started. My first one is Winter Rose Manor, which I'm doing for 25/7, 25 minutes a day, 7 days a week, by Brenda Gervais, with a needle and thread. I am stitching this on 25 count Lori Holt Prim Lugana. And every time I show this, the camera blows out the pink of the house. So I hope the lighting is different today because it is overcast. So I'm hoping that you guys can see the pink of the house, because guess what? I finished the house. By doing the 25/7, I've put in my roof, finished the pink. I have started on the trees or the bushes on the bottom and filling in the snow. And I'm not sure how well it's picking up on camera, but this is the same color as the curtains. I have 4 skeins of that color. It's Roasted Marshmallow by Gentle Arts. And it has a lot of yellow in it. And I thought, I don't want my snow to look like tea-colored snow. It's really yellow. So if you look at the curtains, at least in person, they have a very yellow tint to them. So what I did is I looked at my 4 skeins and I picked the lightest one and I used that one, and it's definitely lighter than the curtains, and I'm really happy with it. I'm happy with that color. And I didn't realize that 2 of the skeins I had bought were 10 yards instead of 5 yards, so it worked out that the one I chose is the 10 yards, so I know that I'll have enough to continue that same shade across. So I'm really happy with this. I'm really happy with this being my 25/7, and I'm making great progress just sticking with that every day. So I love it. It's going to cost me a fortune to get a frame for it because it's so big, because I chose to stitch it on 25 count Lugana, which is the same as 12.5 Ada, so it's big. Okay, I have a doggy next to me. She's a little scruffy. She needs a bath. She gets very scruffy. Are you sleepy? She's scruffy. She's a Yorkie poo. I've showed her before. Oh, and this one's jealous now. Mose. You just see a little bit of his head. He's jealous because I picked up Rosie. Okay, Mose is shedding so bad. Oh, his hair is getting everywhere. Alright, Mosey, you're a little bit too big for Flosstube. Alright, so my next one was my birthday start. And my birthday start, I have been saving this for about, I think 6 weeks or maybe 2 months since I bought it from Needlework Expo. It's Butterfly Cloche by Hello from Liz Matthews. And I chose, I hope it's still in here. Okay, it's not in here, so I don't know what I did with it. I think I put it back. I chose the called for fabric as far as color, which was Bramble from Picture This Plus. And I will take a picture when I find that first start and show you guys. And it was a 32 count Picture This Plus, which Picture This Plus, especially on their even weaves, I've never used their linen, but on the even weaves, have a really tight weave. It's very tight. So a 32 count, it was hard for me to even get my 28 size needle through. And I loved the way the floss looked on the linen, but I was not, not linen, on the even weave, but I was not, sorry, it's getting more overcast, so the lighting's going to change. Y'all, my hair is just not, y'all ain't here to see my hair, so whatever, but it's just not a good hair day. Back to the stitching. I was not enjoying stitching it. I love the way it looked, but I didn't enjoy stitching it. So it's a big piece of fabric, so I think I'm going to save it for something else. But for this pattern, I wanted to try something different. So I had recently purchased some 40 count bunny from XJU Designs, and I restarted it. I didn't have a huge start. I would just start at the border, really. I restarted it, and this is a teeny tiny start, and it's all wrinkled. I had to put this in a hoop because I have realized for 40 count I work better with a hoop. And this is very wrinkled, but it's okay because when I put it back in my hoop, it's going to stretch out. I've got a bunch of clips in it. But I restarted it on this Bramble linen. I did not get very far. Okay, so that's what I've got done so far. Try to put it over my project bag. Just the corner of a monarch's wings, but I'm much more happy with this linen. And I got sick shortly after this, so I haven't touched it. But I am very happy. This XJU Designs linen is it's 40 count. It is perfect to stitch on. If you don't stitch on 40 count and you're thinking about trying it, I would highly recommend XJU Designs. The other 40 count that I tried was Platinum Newcastle linen, and it was great too, but this, to me, this one's better. It just, I think I could stitch in hand on it, but I can see the holes better when it's stretched in a hoop. But it's so nice. It's not too thin, it's not too thick. That color is gorgeous. So I'm really excited. I think that on this fabric, it's really going to give it an antique look that the lighter color fabric didn't give it. And I think it'll look great with my wall color. So I'm very happy because I do plan on putting this in my living room. I love, love, love that project. Okay, my next whip is I worked on the July Trucking Along by Stitching with the Housewives. Let me find the cover sheet. The cover sheet does not want to be found. So I'm just going to show you what I did with it. Nope. I don't know where it's at. I don't know where it's at. But I think y'all probably know what the trucking alongs look like. This is how far I've gotten. I've really enjoyed working on this. Just a fun stitch. And I have this side of the border, a flag, and the truck, and little doodads to finish on that. And that's a pretty quick stitch. Pretty quick. So my goal is just to get that done before July. So I definitely think I will. I don't know what I did with the cover. Probably in another bag. Moving on is another Stitching with the Housewives pattern. And that is my calendar crates. I haven't worked on this quite as much. The July calendar, sorry. My ceiling fan is blowing my papers around. I did get this board. I did get this. I got some greenery. I mean, I got all the stuff, and I don't mind that I copied. That's the whole point. Make it easier on myself to just decorate. So I love stitching this, but it's taken me forever. I don't know what it is. The July Trucking Along moved very quickly, but this one is, I feel like every stitch is taking me 3 times as long as another project. So this is on, sorry, I didn't say both of those are on 14 count chalkboard black Ada. So just like the July Trucking Along, I want that done before July so I can have it displayed. And the August one, they released August. It's so pretty. So pretty. I love the August. Okay, so I am participating in what, in a hashtag called Cross Stitch Camp. And it is just a little event. Well, it's not a little event. It's a ColoradoCrossStitcher, I think that's her name. She is doing this event for June, July, and August, where you hashtag Cross Stitch Camp on Instagram, and you do a new start and finish it within that month, going with the theme. So she's put a lot of work into this, and she's keeping track of everybody who's doing it, which is a ton of people. If you want to know what I'm talking about, go to ColoradoCrossStitcher's YouTube channel, and she has a video on about it. So for June, the theme was something that inspires you, and I chose, well, okay, I didn't bring it over here, but I will show a picture. My first project that I did, that I had started on June 1st, was my hands-on design block party Java, and I had the called for linen, which was 28 count Witchelt Brandywine. I had picked colors from my stash, and I was ready to go. I picked that up, and I could not stitch on it. I could not see it. It was the worst. I can stitch on black just fine, but this Brandywine color was in the 28 count linen of it was impossible. I could not see the holes. I put a white sheet under me. It was like the fabric was just shiny enough that the reflection of the light just completely made it impossible for me to stitch on. I put it in a hoop. I tried in hand, and I absolutely despise that fabric. I hate it. So I just need another 28 count or 14 count fabric that is a deep espresso color to stitch that on. So I just put that project to the side, and I picked a new project. Well, that same day, the new Punch Needle Primitive magazine came out, and I don't think I have the picture. I have the chart. I don't know if okay, I do. The new Lindy Stitches contribution was in it, and she had, she's doing a 4-part series of Cats in the Garden. And this one is Stretching in the Daisies. I have already done the other one and finished it, and that one was called Prancing in the Tulips. So I was just very inspired by this magazine to continue the series. So I was excited. I had this piece of fabric that I had a different start on that I didn't think I was ever going to do. So I wanted to try this. This is like the 32 count buffalo check. I don't know the manufacturer. I think it's a Zweigert base. I bought it at Hobby Lobby. So these are the colors that I picked. Just a wad of floss. It reminds me of my folktail project. A lot of folktail colors except for pink. So this is my cross stitch camp. I've got a mess. I gotta get this floss because Mose, my dog Mose, will eat. He'll eat any floss he can get. Okay, so that is my cross stitch camp project. Those take a little bit of time, but I think I stitched Prancing in the Tulips. It took me about 2.5 days of stitching, so I'm not worried about it. It'll be fine. And then I will probably finish it to where because my my Prancing in the Tulips is finished on magnets and washers, so I'll probably just switch them out seasonally on that because I have that hanging on the wall in my dining room. I love that pattern. Alright, so my next one is Shine On, and I haven't made a ton of progress on Shine On because Shine On is that project that I just grab either when I'm going to be in the car or I just need something to stitch on in between other projects for a few minutes. And I actually took this to church and stitched on it during church yesterday. Here it is. This is a huge stitch. People that have finished this, I mean, I'm really impressed because this has taken me a long time. There's a needle in it. I literally just wadded this up after church and threw it in the bag, so I don't normally leave needles on my projects, but this has a needle. So I think since my last video, all I've done is add a little bit more squares. So I have not done much to this. This is going to take me a while. There's no way I could keep up with the stitch along that they did for this. I don't even know if it's still going, but I'm not doing the stitch along. I'm just stitching it. And I did want to show my quilt blocks that I worked on this week that go with this. So, or it was actually the past 2 weeks. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So the first one is, I just kind of want to match them up, is this flower right here. And that is this block. This was fun to make. This is long. I'm on month 3. Next week, I'm going to show how much fabric I have left over. It is absolutely insane. Just doing, I think it's a 10 month block of the month for Fat Quarter Shop. Of the 10 months, I have sewn 3 of the months, and there's so much fabric. I will absolutely be able to do a second quilt. I could do a second quilt of these same blocks. I'm not going to. But, I mean, it is insane how much extra fabric they give you. It's crazy. And then the next one was this one, which on the cross stitch is this block right here. So the cross stitch does not match exactly, and I have to say, I don't like this block. I like the pattern of the block. It was really fun to stitch. It was easy to stitch, to sew, but I do not like these 2 prints together because I feel like they're competing. I like it when there are varying you know, when there's a small print with a large print, a floral with a stripe, etc. And these are basically just competing for attention. So I thought I would recut it and sew and pick like maybe the orange, but pick a floral, or pick the green and do a floral. I don't know if I want to go through all that, but I really am just, I don't know, this block's just not doing it for me. But the pattern of the block was a lot of fun and it was easy to sew. So I definitely would want to try this again. I think this would look great as a whole quilt because you have what looks like butterflies, but if you look at it another way, you've got a pinwheel in the middle. So if you attach these together, you would have like these repeating pinwheels. It's a really cool block. Okay, the next two are Lumpy Bumpy because they have a bunch of half square triangles on the bias. So these two are matching. These were like in the same, you know, considered kind of as one block. It's the same pattern. And then that was month 2. This is month 3, which this one, I love this one. I really love stitching this one. This is just basically 8 flying geese. It was a lot of fun. And where's that on it? On here. I don't see it on the cross stitch. Huh. It has to be. Maybe I'm just not seeing it. I don't see it on here. Sorry. Then this one, I love this block and I messed it up. I absolutely loved it. I had it, this, basically this needs to be flipped. This row needs to be turned upside down. So I'm going to fix that to where it's chains going this way and this way. So this one's just backwards. So I'm going to unpick that and fix it. It'll just take, you know, it'll take 5 minutes. That's when I was sewing late at night and I was too tired to be sewing. And then this is actually the cross stitch section that I'm working on right now. I know it is in cross stitch. So that's what I've been working on this week. It's fun. It's fun to have the side by side. I'm enjoying that. So that's, I've only done the first 3 months. It's, like I said, there's a ton of fabric, but it's really fun. You really get your money's worth when you do the fat quarter shop blocks of the month because they give you so much fabric. So if you mess up, you will have enough to fix your blocks. Alright, moving on is my Ada Bilson 1863 by Whilst Arrow Snaps. This is my first sampler. Sorry, I just got a message about my video. And I haven't worked on this in June. I worked on this in May. So that's how far I've gotten with that. If I have a picture of where I was last time, I'll show it. Sorry, there's a lot of shadows. I don't know if this... If I turn on my ring light, you're going to see 2 rings right here. So that's how far I've got on that. That is on 27 count Bestitch Me. Remember what the fabric is. I want to say it's peanut. Pretty sure it's peanut, but it could be, yeah, it's peanut because I have another brown and that's honey. So I love that 27 count Bestitch Me fabric. It's awesome. My next project I'm super excited about. I had a lot of trouble with this. This is my Barbara Anna A New World Night of All Fears. And I'll put a picture up because the picture that I have is teeny tiny. And the last time I showed this, I had to restart, or not really restart. I had to unpick the first section of this 5 times. I messed it up 5 times. And I was not going to give up. I want to stitch this project. And I thought, I'm not changing fabrics. I'm just, when I was working on it, I guess I was just distracted. But I picked it up again and I started flying through it. So I am so excited. I've got almost the first half of the chart done. I love it so much. Let me turn on my ring light so, because it's getting so overcast. Just a second. Okay, I hope that helps. This is on 32 count Purple Passion linen. And those sections are so, they are so detailed. It's so tiny, and you only use a little bit of thread at a time, and there are a million colors. So I'm very excited about this. I can't wait to stitch the other half and then start on the second part, because this is a 5-part series and I love it. I love Barbara Anna. She's awesome. She's an amazing designer. So I'm very happy that I did not throw that project to the side, because it's working out well. Okay. So the next one I have is, I had previously in a video, hopefully I didn't show the chart there, I had talked about flea market flowers, and the first fabric that I bought was Fabric Flare 14 count Waxing Moon dyed, and I just was not happy with the sheen of this fabric in person. It's very shiny, and to me it didn't go with that vintage flea market flower feel. So I ordered the called for, or the model stitch fabric, which was 25 count Barley Lugana by Lori Holt. I ordered that and it came in, so I restarted it, and I'm very, very happy with this. I love the feel of the Lugana. I love the look of the Lugana with the DMC, but I have lost interest in this project. So by the time I restarted it, I was just kind of bored with it, and I'm just not interested in it right now. So I'm just going to put it to the side, and then when I'm ready to pick it up, I will. So I don't know. I was super excited to stitch this, but now I'm just not feeling it. I think y'all understand. Sometimes that happens. And my last whip is a new start. I joined the new Barbara Anna Mystery Sal that you can get on Creative Poppy, and it's called Up in the Air. I am so excited about this project. And of course, I turn on my light. Sorry. And the sun came out. So there's a lot of glare between my glasses and the light and the sun, and I can't see my camera, my phone very well, so I hope this is working out. But I joined this new sale, and I am so excited. I love it so much so far. And I'm stitching this on 14 count, which will, I think it's called, it was the Stony, I'll have to put it up because I thought I put the label in my bag, but I didn't. It was the previous month's Fabric of the Month from Fat Quarter Shop, Stony something. It's a green, and in person it's very similar to my wall color. It's very similar to that, and the called for color was a tan, but I just love this. I love the colors against this, and that's what I've gotten done so far. She's just missing a leg, and I'm trying something new with this. If I can figure out how to do it, I'm going to insert a video here. I'm trying to do a time-lapse video of me stitching this. So I had no idea what I was doing and just started taking pictures. So I need to do some more research on how to properly do a time lapse, but I was happy with the few seconds that I got, so I'm going to try to insert that video here of a time lapse, and I hope to do this entire sow in a time lapse. That takes a lot of extra time to stitch a tiny piece and go take a picture of it, but I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I think this is a good project to test that out on, because there's a lot of small parts, and so I will try to insert that here. If you don't see anything, it's because I couldn't figure out how to do it. I'm excited. I am not a crafty person. I like to sew, I like to cross stitch, but I'm just not a crafty person. But I really wanted the wreath that Priscilla made on Stitching with the Housewives video. They did a tutorial for a patriotic wreath. So I went to Walmart and I bought the stuff I needed and I made one. Now, it doesn't look like hers. I'm not like the master, Priscilla, but for me and my house, I'm happy with it. So this is the result of my patriotic wreath. So hopefully you guys can see that. I'm really happy with it. And I took it off the door because we got some thunderstorms last night, and we have a roof on our porch, but I didn't want the wind whipping it around and stuff like that, because I don't know how well my gluing and wires worked. So, but I guess that's kind of the finish. But anyway, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to Priscilla and Chelsea's channel, Stitching with the Housewives, and they have a tutorial on how to make that wreath. And I bought my stuff at Walmart, and it was a lot cheaper there. I bought the wreath, the flag, and Parker's up. The wreath, the flag, my daisies, and some of the ribbon I already had, and some of the ribbon I bought at Walmart. And I looked at the same stuff at Hobby Lobby, and if it's not on sale, it's so much more expensive. So that's it for all my projects. I'm not doing the wish list this week because I had so many whips to show. This video is already going to be long, so I'm going to wait and do wish list next week. And I do have some stitchy kindness that I want to share. I had 2 people do the Buy Me a Coffee, which is just a way that if someone chooses, they can support my channel. And I just want to say thank you. The first one was anonymous, and thank you. I really appreciate your sweet comment, and I appreciate your support through Buy Me a Coffee. And the next one was from Christina, and she also left a very sweet comment, and she bought me the anonymous bought me 5 coffees, Christina bought me 3 coffees, and I so appreciate it. Y'all just, you know, it was so sweet, and I am able to take the Buy Me Coffees and put it back into cross stitch stuff, and I just really appreciate your Buy Me Coffee. So for haul, I haven't been buying a lot of stuff, but because it's been a couple floss tubes, I do have a little bit of a haul built up. Just a minute. Okay, so I haven't gotten a ton of haul, but because it's been a couple weeks since my last floss tube, it's built up a little bit, so I'm going to start going through that. And, oh, I did have one more stitchy kindness. The Thimble Blossom stroll pattern was given to me by a local friend, and I am so excited because I had talked about how much fabric I have left over from the Shine On sampler block of the month, and these are is that by Bonnie? I know it's crazy, but I can't think right now if that's Bonnie and Camille as well. I don't have. Anyway, it's very similar fabric, and the colors are similar, and I would have plenty to do this pattern, and I love this pattern. So thank you very much. You know who you are. My next haul, or my haul, first piece of my haul is my month 3 Sew by Row block of the month package. Now, somehow, I haven't started this yet. I have starched my month 1, which is the scissors of Sew by Row, but I haven't cut it and sewn it yet. I lost month 2. It is gone. I have looked everywhere. It is not like me to throw away a pack of fabric. I don't know what I did with it. I have looked through my bins, my shelves, everything. I don't have that big of a sewing space for me to just lose this much, you know, a package like this. So I don't know what happened. I was so frustrated. Now, to be fair, Fat Quarter Shop, as I mentioned, they give you so much extra fabric. There is no doubt in my mind I will have the fabric to complete row 2, no problem at all. But it just kills me that I can't find it. And I think with shipping and everything, this is about, I want to say about $37. So that's $37 that is just gone. And I'm just so disappointed. I don't know what I did. So, Fat Quarter Shop sent me the PDF of this paper, which tells you all your, you know, cutting stuff to match the book and which fabrics it is. So I have that so that I can put back the matching fabrics as I work on the other blocks. And like I said, I know I'll have enough to do it. I just don't know where it went. I do not know where it went. A whole package of fabric. Anyway. So I need to start this. I have been focused on my Serendipity quilt, which I have made more progress on, but I'm going to wait and show that next time because I just have so much to show this week. So I do want to start this. I don't want to get any more behind than I already am. So I need to start my scissors and get working on it. So the next thing I ordered was some fabric for project bags. And the first fabric I ordered was for Christmas. I love the Grinch, love it so much. So I ordered Grinch fabric, and then I ordered this as a coordinating fabric. I don't like it as much in person as I did online. I mean, I love this, but when I saw this online, to me, I liked it. I don't know. I liked it better online than when I got it, but so I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to do about that. I'm just going to look at it some more. And then the next fabric I ordered, I had shown a few Flosstubes ago that Megan from TheJemStitchery had sewn this huge project bag that has like, I think at least four zipper pouches in it, and it's called the Booklet Pouch. And I really want to sew one of those for my Stitching with the Housewives patterns because I have so many whips of theirs and they basically use a lot of the similar colors. I wanted to use one booklet pouch to divide my Stitching with the Housewives whips but still have them together. So I bought this fabric. This is, oh, what is this called? Marine Cracknell. Let me look at the selvage. It's called, the line is called Open Heart by Art Gallery, and Marine Cracknell is the designer. So this is the main print, and it's beautiful. It's supposed to represent a diverse range of women. And then I bought the coordinating fabrics. I bought this pink and this orange floral. So I love this. The only thing I'm hesitant about with the booklet pouch is I have a lower end brother machine that does not like a lot of layers. So I'm not sure. I would hate to cut all of this up, get the bag together, and my machine not be able to handle it. So I may use this for individual project bags. So we'll see. I am hoping to get a machine, you know, in the next year, and like a the Juki 2010Q or the Brother. It's like the Brother equivalent, so that I can work on more heavy duty stuff. So we'll see. And my next haul is the backing for my Serendipity quilt. And this is a huge piece of fabric. This is, sorry, let me find some selvage because I've already forgotten what it is. Okay, it's called Modern Background Essentials by Zen Chic from Moda. And it's sort of like, it has lots of different types of writing. It has mathematical writing. It has what looks like, just, I don't even know, I guess scientific writing, I don't know. It has tons and tons of different, I don't even know. So something about parking tickets. Anyway, that's what's fun about it. Because when I get this put into the quilt, like I can sit there and look at it as I'm cuddled up with the quilt. This is, I love this. It's got such a nice weight to it. This is 108 wide. And so this is going to be my backing for the Serendipity quilt that I'm making with Folktale. And then this is my binding fabric. So, I've got everything I need to make that quilt. I just gotta finish it. My next haul is, if you're on my Instagram, I think it was actually on my birthday, I made a little trip to Hobby Lobby and I looked at the artiste section, and I think that Courtney from Courtney Stitches Please already showed this. This is a magnetic ruler and counter. Okay, it was $2.99, so I'm trying to get the glare. Here is the fabric counter where you can put it up against your fabric and measure what count fabric you have. And it does, for even weave, it has 22, 25, 28, and 32. And then the top row is the ruler. And then the back side is your Ada count. So 11, 14, 16, and 18. And I'm going to try to take this out of the package so I can show you. This also can be used as a line keeper. Okay, and it actually folds out flat to go from 1 to 12 inches. So I have, let me get my Lori Holt stand here. I gotta take my stitching off because, I have to take my pattern off because you guys can see it. But here's my Lori Holt stand. And I use the Fat Quarter Shop line keepers. I cut them in half because that way I can just stick them to the paper and move down. Alright, so my phone stopped recording. I hope that it stopped where I was talking. But the theme this month for the tagged labels is Americana. It's very pretty. So, I'll kind of zoom in on that. And my last piece of haul is the Among the Stars Again pattern book. Their Fat Quarter Shop is doing a block of the month with this, but I just bought the book because I want to use my leftover Folktale fabric that I'm using for Serendipity to make this quilt. So I just needed the book, and I got that in. So that's all I have for haul. For the giveaway, I'm doing a pass the stash. I thought I had already done this, and then I found it in my pattern bin and I realized I hadn't. But I want to pass the stash for Barnyard Bakery by Stitching with the Housewives. And let me see. Okay, I want to make sure that I hadn't wrote on the pattern. So if you are interested in this, oh, I know what it was. I bought two and gave one away. That's what I did, give one away. It was brand new. But this is the one that I use, but it's in great condition. So if you are interested in this, just leave the word bakery in your comments. And I don't have a question or anything because I haven't thought that far ahead. But my plans are to continue my cross stitch camp project, to make a decision on my Santa's Village and continue with that. And I'm also participating in 2 games on Semi-Sane Stitchers Facebook group. I joined that because Candace K was talking about it, and they have a lot of fun games on there. So one is I'm doing Whip Whammy, which if you remember the TV show Press Your Luck, it's like that. And the other one I'm doing is a bingo. So I'm going to be doing those for the month of June. And also I'm preparing my mental list for Jolly July. Last year I stitched a handful of projects and just rotated between those, and I really like that. I think it was about 5 projects, and I'm going to do that again this year. So I'm just sort of getting together. I have, I think, 1 new start I'm going to do, and I think the rest of them, maybe 2 new starts. The rest of them will be current projects I've already started, and I'll just work on those whips. So, thank you for sticking with me through this. I know I'm a little rusty where I haven't done a floss tube in a couple weeks, but I appreciate you guys, and I don't have any under 1,000 subs clubs to feature this week because I'm behind on my floss tube, but I have subscribed to some new channels that I just haven't had time to watch yet. So hopefully I can get caught up on my floss tube and share some more channels with you guys. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have an awesome week. Bye.